Hello again. Well, Storm Arwen certainly brought some extreme and disruptive weather across parts of the UK. You can see here it is clearing out of the way, but we are left with windy conditions as we go through tonight and still a few showers around. But all in all, gradually, a general trend as we go through the next couple of days is it to become calmer and quieter. Although you can see our winds will start to turn more to a westerly direction, so coming in off the Atlantic, which means not as cold out there, but at times it will still be fairly breezy. Now, in the meantime, for the rest of this evening, we've still got more of these showers feeding in on that brisk northerly airflow. And some of those showers could be a little bit wintry in nature. By the end of the night, for most of us, it will be drier out there. We've got some clear skies, temperatures falling below freezing in places, so there will be a frost for some. And then a bitterly cold start to the day tomorrow morning. Again, one or two showers around. Don't be surprised if you see a little bit of sleet, perhaps a bit of snow in there for a time. But then by the afternoon, for most of us, dry, plenty of sunshine out there, but rapid warm. It's another cold one. Highs there up to around 3 or 4 degrees at best. Bye-bye. Hello again. Well, Storm Arwen certainly brought extreme and disruptive weather into parts of the UK throughout today. Clearing out of the way now, but we're still left with windy conditions as we go through tonight and still a few showers around. And then becoming quieter gradually as we go through the next few days. And eventually we'll start to see our winds coming in off the Atlantic, which means milder air, so not as cold out there, but still a little bit breezy at times. Now, in the meantime, for the rest of this evening, still strong winds at times, especially out towards coastal areas, and more of these showers streaming their way across us. Could be a little bit wintry in places too, and it is going to be a cold night, although we do have quite a breeze still as we edge through the small hours, but in sheltered areas will be cold enough for a touch of frost. So a cold, a blustery start to the day on Sunday. We've still got some showery rain in places, but gradually it will be turning quieter out now. There's still a few showers at times, and again could be a bit wintry out there, but for most of us becoming drier throughout the afternoon. Sunny spells, but once again another cold day. Highs there generally between 3 and 7 degrees. Bye-bye. Hello again. Well, Storm Arwen certainly brought cold and extreme conditions across many parts of the UK throughout today. Gradually, though, it will be turning much calmer out there. So you can see still quite windy as we go through tonight, but lighter winds on Sunday. And then into next week, we'll start to draw in our airflow from the Atlantic, which means nowhere near as cold as what it has been, but at times it will still be rather breezy. Now, for the rest of tonight, still quite windy in places, but those winds gradually tending to ease as we edge overnight, becoming dry out there with clear skies, and that's going to allow the temperatures to tumble. So we are expecting a widespread frost, and there may be a few icy stretches out there too. So cold, frosty tomorrow morning, maybe a bit of ice around, but you can see there will be plenty of sunshine across the region. Chance of the odd shower as we go through the afternoon, but for most places it will remain largely dry, bright or sunny spells. Much lighter winds out there, but it's certainly going to still be feeling rather cold. Highs there between 3 and 5 degrees. And looking ahead towards next week, turning milder for a time, but we are expecting some very, very cold nights. Bye-bye. Hello again. Well, Storm Arwen certainly brought some extreme weather and disruptions across parts of the UK throughout today. It is looking calmer though as we gradually move into tomorrow and next week. We'll start to see a change in wind direction too, so our airflow eventually moving in off the Atlantic, which means not feeling as cold as what it has been throughout today, but it will still be fairly blustery at times. Now, in the meantime, for the rest of tonight, we've still got fairly strong winds coming in from a northerly direction, continuing to drive in a few showers here and there too. And those showers could be wintry in places for a time. Well, by the end of the night, for many of us, dry with clear skies, allowing the temperatures to tumble, so there will be a frost, possibly some icy stretches too. So that's how we start things tomorrow morning. Cold, frosty, perhaps some ice in places, 1 or 2 showers around, but for most of us it will be a dry day, plenty of sunshine developing, but once again you're going to need to keep those extra layers handy. Nowhere near as windy as what it has been, but it's certainly going to be on the cold side at the very best tomorrow. We're looking at highs up to around 3 or 4 degrees. I'll see you a bit later on. Bye bye.